is Dr. Mike Moriearty. I'm with iFit Lifestyle, iVibration Pro. Today I'm going to cover a subject that this is like a second most asked question. And it comes down to how do you judge a good vibration plate, like a good vibration machine review? Like, what are you looking for when you want to, if you think about buying one? If you don't want to buy one of mine, there's other companies out there that make awesome products. So I'm gonna go over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 key parts you think about before you purchasing a fairly expensive workout type equipment. And at the end, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit about my machine, so that I'll fill you in and then I'll tell you how my machine fits into this. Okay? So let's get started. Okay, great. I'm so my channel is kind of growing really quick. I mean, it's not quick, but it's growing pretty good. And I keep getting asked. There's a series of questions that I keep getting answered. So I thought I'd just answer these in my living room to kind of get things started before I start diving deeper into more advanced dieting techniques, some tricks for nagging back problems, neck problems, vertigo, things like this. I'm a licensed chiropractor, I'm a sports chiropractor. I've worked with many pro athletes, some of them even being in the Hall of Fame. I can't use your name because of NFL, NBA type contracts, but let's just ignore that. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing you need to understand is the weight of the unit. One of the quickest way to tell if you have a quality product is when you look at the weight. For something to transmit energy from one point to another, from a vibration plate to your body, in order for it to get, for it to translate from object A to object B, with B being your human body, the weight is very important. Because if it's too light, it's going to shake too much. You're going to have energy dispersed in all different angles. It's going to go down, it's going to go to the side, it's going to go up. The heavier the machine, the more legs you have on the bottom, the type of material you use will allow it to stay planted so they can focus more of the energy straight up into your body. And I'll go ahead and explain how our machines fit into this at the end of the video. The second main thing is the material type. There's a lot of good machines out there, but they're made of plastic and cheaper metals that they tend to fall apart really easy. And I can't tell you that. I'd say 1 out of 3 machines I sell are from people that had bought a cheap one first and they got results, and now they were convinced they want to go ahead and invest in a little higher quality, one of the highest quality machines out there. So the material used, we use reinforced steel, we use chromoly bolts, we use really large, like the nuts and bolts that hold the machine together are extremely large. They're chromoly, so they're some of the strongest metals you can use, that hold the motors in, that hold the frame together, that allow the machine to get the maximum amount of energy from the 2 1-horsepower motors to get it up into your body to create unbelievable workouts. Okay, the third is vibration types. Okay, it all started with oscillation. Oscillation is where it all began. That's where all the miracles started. One thing is a chiropractor, why we like oscillation, because it goes back and forth. It doesn't put bilateral forces up the spine that can hurt the small little joints called facet joints that sit in your spine at angles in the lower back, and they allow your spine to move in all different planes. That's why your back can move, it can rotate, it can go side to side and go forward and backward, because it's a planar joint. It's like it's a facet joint, and it slides back and forth, and you have 2 of these on both sides. The one thing about oscillation is that it's going to put oscillation is gonna cause the spine to serpentine. So it's gonna serpentine. The joint's gonna move like this. So it mimics closer to a natural gait or a natural walking of a human being, except it's amplified by times hundreds. This is where it's almost like you're doing little mini walks, but you're running, but you're taking the speed to exceed 30 times a second. And this also engages all the core muscles that allow you to get these complete whole body workouts. So with our machine and a lot of the more expensive machines, we have oscillation, we have translation, we have vertical up and down. So the combination is like, it goes back and forth like a swishing, and then there's a small vibration in there. This creates maximum muscle recruitment. The more muscle you get involved for every repetition, the more calories you use, and the more efficient the machine is. Because the goal is you want to have a super efficient machine so that you're not sitting on a vibration plate for 20, 30 minutes a day. It's 10 minutes a day. You're doing basic movements on it and you get unbelievable results. The more vibrations, the more efficient it is. Okay, the fourth is base design. It's the thing you stand on. Now, you want the larger the plate, usually the higher the amplitude on the oscillation. So the smaller ones might have a 4 millimeter oscillation. As you go bigger, they might go up to 5. Ours is up to 8. We have 8 millimeters of translation on the end. So the further you put your feet out, the harder the vibration is. Then we got a 2 millimeter up and down, and we got a 2 millimeter translate. So it's going to cause the most instability, or it's going to create an environment where your balance is forced to comprehend or to understand and to problem solve the ability to stand on this plate, which is going to maximize your results. It's going to create more circulation, more lymphatic flow. It's going to create more, it's going to put more good stress in the joints to help get more fluid in and out of there so it heals faster. So now the thing about the base, you want it bigger. You also don't want it where the part that moves in the base that's underneath, you kind of don't want to edge around there, because I've heard many horror stories where people got their finger under there because they're doing some kind of upper body workout. The machine went down and pinched their fingers, lost fingernails, and a whole bunch of stuff like this. Can be dangerous. Some of these machines, they're just designed to stand on, and standing the magic is in movement of the whole body. It's not just standing on it, holding onto these goofy little bars on the side, which takes away all the stabilization. All you're doing is just wiggling your legs. Absolutely no benefit. All the research is done by standing on there, hands-free, moving around, creating so much instability that the body has to adapt to it, and it will prevent itself from falling. It will recruit up to 97% muscle fiber involvement, which is considered unheard of. There's nothing that works to this extent that is not based on acceleration. Riding motocross bikes, hitting punching bags really fast, doing those speed work, all that is going to work a lot more muscle fiber than just traditional jogging, hiking, walking, workouts in the gym, which are all good. It's just when it comes to weight loss, comes to whole body, and it comes to working out the fast twitch and the reflexes, nothing compares to it. I always recommend vibration is like the foundation for health, exercise is the foundation for looking good. But they both of them work. They just work the body differently, which is very important, because the body tends to get stagnant if you don't move it. If you don't move it enough, you don't do enough stuff. Keep doing the same thing over and over, and your body adapts. You stop getting results. Okay, the next is who uses whole body vibration? Because if you read some of my comments on my YouTube videos, man, there's some horrible people out there. They say some horrible things. They talk about my family. They talk about my son. They make fun of my fiance. They make fun of me. I mean, I hear it all. And one of the things I keep hearing is that this is a fly-by-night scheme. This is going to come and go. This is just another lazy person's idea. A lazy person being stupid, being sold by a salesman. Now, here's the thing. Whole body vibration has been around longer than treadmills. It's been around almost as long as bicycles. It was used since the late 1800s, more primitive versions like things with springs. We won't go into that right now, but it was different. Some of the stuff that it kind of came out of all this is those bands that shake around your waist. They kind of move you a little bit. But let's not go into the origin of vibration, because that's not what this video is about. I worked in a clinic in New Orleans that's seen the Saints, the Hornets, in the universities there. The universities, the football players, and the basketball players all use whole body vibration. Now you can go on the internet, hit a whole body vibration or power plate NFL, and you'll see all the teams using it. The Packers, New Orleans, Arizona, California. The list goes on and on. I think it's roughly over 90% of the teams incorporate whole body vibration as a form of rehab, muscle, they help in the aid of muscle recoveries after long workouts, increase the blood flow, helps the healing process so they're fresher the next day for practice. Clint Eastwood, you named it, Marky Wahlberg. The list goes on and on of people that use whole body vibration. The UFC training facilities that all the fighters train in, they have a vibration plate sitting right there. Joe Rogan on the internet has a turbosonic sitting in his clinic, or right next to his float tanks. I've owned those in the clinics. They're unbelievable machines, but they're mainly for clinic use. Do your research. Who uses whole body vibration? You'll be astonished on who's using it. Most all the beautiful people in Hollywood that stay super lean, that are in their 40s and up, they're using vibration as one of the tools to look their best, because people are looking better and better as they get older. Okay, another thing is that the person you buy, the company you buy it from, you gotta make sure that, I can't tell you, I say 99% of people I talk to do not own my machine. They bought a machine from somebody else, and they have no idea how to use it. They were given some piece of paper that has some generic movements on it. Standing on it this way, stand this way, all this weird stuff. And they get it, and they don't know what to do. It doesn't get results, and they just let it sit in their little home gyms, and they don't use it. And then they watch my videos, and then they come to me, and they start asking these questions. And I answer for them, so I decided to design a course specifically for people that didn't buy a machine from me. If you buy a machine from me, I help you out. If you have questions, you can call me up. You can send me an email, and we can work something out. I do this. I say, out of every 10 machines I sell, I think I help 4 people figure out how to use it for specific things. Another way to tell if a machine is of quality is that, can it be used in a clinic? Is it being used in clinics? Because medical doctors, chiropractors, physical therapists, rehab centers, drug addiction places that are trying to get their athletes to sweat more off, they get their bodies cleaner, get all the drugs out of their body, they're using whole body vibration. Along with treadmills, along with saunas and steam rooms to clean the body out. I sold a bunch of machines to a clinic that does chelation therapy. It's a medical doctor that treats post-cancer treatments of chemotherapy. They need to get all that dead tissue out of the body. And the only way to do that is to increase your blood supply, or blood flow, and increase your lymphatic flow. Now, most people that recover from cancer, they can't go out there and start jogging 10 miles. They put them on vibration, and it cleans out the body, because it can increase your lymphatic flow 300 times. A 300% increase, which is huge. So, again, let me go over this real quick. The weight of the unit is very important, because it's one, not only show the quality, it also shows it's a generic way to tell if it's strong enough to put the energy from the motors to the body. The second is the materials used. You want to make sure it's made of steel, aluminum, or some type of reinforced fiberglass that you stand on, because these materials are strong and they don't break. They're going to last you years. You're gonna have the highest quality workouts, the highest quality machine, give you the best results. The third is vibration type. You gotta make sure that the more vibration you have, the more it engages the muscle fibers, the more it engages the relationship between, the push-pull muscles, like the triceps, biceps, quads, hamstrings, the front and back of the legs. The harder the vibration works, the harder your body has to vibrate, and the more it engages the whole body. Very important. Next is who uses it. Man, I can't tell you, more people use vibration than you could ever imagine. It's not brand new, it's been around for years. It's been around longer than I've been alive. Second is the person you buy in the machine, the company you buy it from, are they gonna help you use it? They provide information and tools or things to aid you in the results you're looking for. This is very important. You could buy the best stove at a store, but if you don't know how to cook, you can't do nothing with it. Same with, you got the best knives you can buy or whatever you want. You have to know how to use it to get the full potential out of the machine. And last, one of the easiest ways is are they being used in clinics? Because if they're being used in clinics, that means they're engaged with insurance companies, being paid for it. Means there's science behind it. There's billing codes behind it. That means that it's already passed the FDA requirements to be classified as a medical device. You can't classify generic workout equipment as a medical device. It has to go through years of testing, research, and then has to be peer reviewed into being accepted as some type of medical device that can be used for therapy. Whole body vibration is this. Okay, this is Dr. Mike Moriearty. These are the 7 things that you should look for when buying a machine. And last but not least is that we have a brand new machine coming out, or it's out right now. It's actually on a ship coming back right now. 3 vibrations, it's 160 pounds of mass made of steel and plastic for just the beautiful side of it, but it's reinforced steel, chromoly bolts. The machines are bolted in with 6 bolts holding each machine in, or each motor in. It's a tank. It's a tank. You can drop this thing off a 2-story building and keep working. It was built to last. This is Dr. Mike Moriearty. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Watch the next video. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because I can't tell you how important that is. Because that's how YouTube determines if the video is good or not, is by how people respond or interact in the video. It's Dr. Mike, thank you, and have a great day.